everybody. I'm Lara Trump coming to you from Trump Tower in New York City. Jobs, jobs, jobs. One of the most significant changes in the American economy since President Trump took office is the surge in job creation and unprecedented record low unemployment figures across the board. Joining me to discuss this booming job market is a financial advisor and media commentator, Jason Meister. Jason, thanks so much for joining us again.
Thanks for having me, Laura.
Jason, the new jobs report shows 223,000 new jobs created in the month of May, surpassing everyone's expectations. What does it say about our economy right now?
Laura, it says that the economy we're open for business again. America is finally back. I think we're actually on the front end of an economic boom. And as President Trump said when he announced his presidency, he would be the best jobs president that God ever created. And he's just fulfilling his promises.
Yeah, well, we know that if anybody can do it, it is Donald Trump, that's for sure. And you're right, he made that campaign promise, and I'm so thrilled to see not only is he delivering on it, but he's exceeding everyone's expectations. It's so, so exciting. The president highlighted the employment picture just the other day.
We have reached yet one more historic milestone, with 3.8% unemployment just announced and another all-time record low African-American unemployment, Hispanic unemployment at an all-time low in history. We're very honored by that. And by the way, for the women out there, the lowest unemployment in 19 years.
Jason, it is so, so great. What is your reaction to that?
President Trump is just fulfilling all the promises he said he would make on job growth, on wage growth. I mean, wages have been growing at the fastest pace since January of 2009. And the job numbers are unbelievable. I think it's the seventh time since 1970 that the unemployment dropped below 4% in history. It's unbelievable.
Wow. Yeah. It's really exciting, and it's so important to the forward momentum that we see in this country right now. The record low unemployment for minorities is such great news in this jobs report. Do you think, Jason, that the media and the Democrats will ever acknowledge the president's success in improving the lives of all Americans, including minorities?
I think that they're not going to, because they're just out to just push fake news. And hopefully they'll realize when they lose their jobs in the fake news media, they'll have a job for them because this president is doing such an unbelievable job in job growth. So I think that they're just going to continue to push fake news, and we just have to stay the course and keep fulfilling all the promises that we made to the American people.
You know, for all the people out there that may not have voted for this president, who were unemployed previously, who now have jobs, I always say these are the people that are going to get out there and vote for him in 2020 for his second term because of what we're seeing happen in the country right now. You can't ignore the fact that we are seeing such a surge when it comes to our economy, that the country as a whole is back on the right track. And, you know, for all the people out there that the Democrats might think that they had, listen, if your life is better now than it was before Donald Trump took office, I mean, how do you argue with that? I think it's going to be a really, really important factor in getting people to vote for the president in 2020. And I tend to think that he is probably his best advocate when it comes to, you know, his reelection campaign.
I completely agree. And we can't underestimate that we passed the biggest tax cut and reform bill in American history.
Yep.
Not one Democrat voted for it. They're really going to hurt in these midterms. They talk about this blue wave. I see a blue drip, and I think there's a red wave coming. There's so much passion, and voters are really excited about what's going on in this country, and what President Trump and his administration has accomplished in just 500 days is just unbelievable.
Yeah, it makes us all so, so proud. Jason, remember how new college graduates struggle to find employment over the past 10 years? How do you think millennial views are possibly changing about their new job prospects right now?
Well, it's a competitive job market. And as you pointed out earlier, there's a job for every person that's unemployed right now. And that's just an unbelievable thing. So I think as college graduates graduate and they enter the job force and there's jobs for them and there's wages for them, I think they're going to come across the aisle. I know that millennials have struggled for Republicans. But I think the millennial age group, as well as minorities, because of the jobs and because of the economy, are going to start to come over to our side.
Yeah, I certainly agree with you on that. And while on many college campuses, it's, maybe more popular to express your views from a liberal standpoint, I still think that when push comes to shove, when people are in a voting booth and they realize that their future is at stake and that this president is the president of jobs, the best job creating president that God ever made, as he gave himself this moniker, I think they're going to vote for Donald Trump, no doubt. And we just talked about this, but it seems that the GOP's odds to hold majorities in the House and Senate are improving, especially as we near a full employment economy. What do you think?
I agree there as well. I think that, look, this president is a pragmatist. He's a problem solver. It's not Republican and Democrat anymore. Trump is really changing the course of history from a political perspective. It's revolutionary. And we've opened Pandora's box. And I think that Democrats, Republicans, millennials, minorities, I think that this president has widened the tent beyond belief. I think we're going to have tremendous voters come over to our side because, look, this is a pro-growth president, and this economy is booming.
Yeah, and you actually pointed out the tax cuts earlier and the fact that no Democrats at all voted for the tax cuts. No sitting Democrats right now went over to Israel for the moving of the embassy to Jerusalem. They're really putting themselves in such a bad spot. I mean, we know they have no message. We know they have no leader. They really don't know what they're doing over there. But I think that that's going to bode very well for Republicans come the midterms. And I certainly think that it's going to help the president for his reelection in 2020. So we'll all sit back and see what happens. But Jason, we're so happy that you were joining us today. Thanks for your insights about the employment picture under President Trump's leadership. And thanks for everything you do to support him.
Thanks for having me, Laura.
And thank you for joining me, too. Record low unemployment is just one part of the good news about the booming Trump economy. It's full steam ahead for President Donald Trump and American workers everywhere. I'm Lara Trump from Trump Tower in New York City. Goodbye, everybody.